goodness, you guys, we got some absolutely breaking news to talk about involving Jai Opetaia, who is currently the IBF, Zuffa, and Ring Magazine Cruiserweight Champion of the world. The dude still hasn't been stripped yet. And today we see the breaking news. An attorney that represents Jai Opetaia sends a letter to the IBF. And I want to read you guys what specifically is on that letter and what's going down, the reason why Jai Opetaia will not be stripped. He will not be stripped. You heard that. Unless the IBF wants to get sued up the butthole. Let's go ahead and read this first, man, before we get into this. An attorney representing Jai Opetaia says, the boxer has a good reason to believe the IBF's decision to withdraw sanctioning the title fight with Brandon Glanton was a product of coordinated industry-wide collusion designed to punish him for working with Zuffa Boxing and to deter other athletes from doing the same, which we talked about. If the IBF, we're going to continue reading right now, but if the IBF went through with this, that meant that if you were a world champion, you know, with a sanctioning body title, the WBC, WBA, the IBF, and WBO, and you want to go fight for Zuffa Boxing, you can't, or else you'll be stripped. Now, I don't think that's going to happen anymore, which is absolutely huge, 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 future-altering news, not only for the world champion fighters who want to make big bank, who want to cross over, who want to fight for Zuffa Boxing, you know, also the up-and-coming fighters, the youngsters that don't have the great, you know, backing of some of these promoters, some of these, you know, managers, some of these guys who are paying attention to other fighters, paying attention to this and that. There's another avenue for boxers, and that's Zuffa Boxing, that is willing to comply with the fighter if they have dreams and aspirations of becoming undisputed. This isn't the only fighter that Zuffa Boxing is going to do this with. If other world champions come over with their bouts and they say, I would like to fight for this bout still, we've seen that they will comply. So this would be absolutely breaking news if the IBF were to carry on with this. For guys like Richardson Hitchens, a guy who's getting boxed out by Eddie Hearn, Keith Conley, the manager of Richardson Hitchens, Edgar Berlanga, and Conor Benn. Eddie Hearn just came out and said, I am not doing business with Keith Conley. I'm done. So what does that mean for his fighters? Richardson Hitchens, a guy that barely fights anyways, is a fighter that's been talked about this whole last week of him being signed over to Zuffa Boxing, but having complications because he's worrisome that if he comes, they're going to strip him of his IBF title. We see everything that's going down with Jai Opetaia. Even David Benavidez was saying, I don't know if this fight will ever happen. I don't know if I ever fight against Zudo Ramirez someday in the future, because we don't know where the sanctioning bodies lie when complying and, you know, coming together for really big events. It is going to be huge, huge news for Zuffa Boxing and up-and-comer and world champion fighters. Now, let's carry on reading. It says, aided and abetted by other sanctioning bodies and promoters, the IBF's action intentionally inflicted or threatened to inflict significant financial and reputational harm on Mr. Opetaia. He is aware of messages between high-level executives essentially admitting to the scheme. He is aware of messages. My goodness. Game over. Says, per a letter sent to a sanctioning body president that was obtained by Mr. Versace and Mike Coppinger. Why hasn't the IBF stripped Jai Opetaia yet? because there's a potential lawsuit heading their way for industry-wide collusion. Have you seen the consequences for industry-wide collusion? Check it out. Check it out. You think the IBF wants to go through this? And not just the IBF, but all the other sanctioning bodies are involved, exchanging messages. My goodness. I mean, it's not a shocker, right? When you look at the sanctioning bodies, you've seen as soon as the IBF pulled this move, we said to ourselves, oh, okay, this is what the sanctioning bodies are going to do. They're going to form. They're going to come together. I bet you they talked about it. I bet you they messaged each other. I bet you they spoken and said, all right, they want to play games? Well, we'll play games too. We'll just strip any one of our champions. If they decide to go over to Zuffa Boxing, we'll just do it that easy. Well, it ain't that easy. The goddamn attorney that Jaya Opetaia has, and the backing that this dude has from Zuffa Boxing and Dana White, Turkey and Sella, Saudi Arabian money, big bank versus little bank, is just gonna be too much. It's too big of a problem, too costly of a problem that the IBF does not want to get into. That's the thing about this, my friends. The IBF is outmatched here. And, you know, without the other sanctioning bodies' backings, things were going to turn sour. They looked for the sanctioning bodies' backings. They talked about this plan. They were getting ready to handle it. And now there's lawsuits heading their way. So what does that mean for a David Benavidez or anybody who has a world, Shakur Stevenson, who's the WBO, Ring Magazine, junior welterweight champion of the world, and he decides to get paid $15 million for one goddamn fight under Zuffa Boxing? The WBO won't even try to attempt what the IBF just attempted because they know a lawsuit is coming. Let me know what you guys think, man. This is absolutely breaking news. And I feel that Jaya Opetaia will remain the IBF champion of the world. And we're just going to have to see what's next for him. You know, the IBF, WBC, these guys like to play games, all right? If they lose this battle, it'll just be another battle. Get ready for when they start, you know, mandating fights and this and that. Get ready for corruption, bro. Get ready to witness some dirty stuff going on. Still trying to attempt any type of thing that they can do to ruin the course of Jaya Opetaia and Zuffa Boxing. As of right now, not even a possibility, my friends. Not even a possibility. Absolutely great news for Jaya Opetaia. This is the MMA Boxing Addict channel reporting to you, and I'm out.